Do you think we should be providing a significant amount of security assistance to Pakistan? I mean, that's sort of a yes or no kind of thing. Everybody seems to be saying yes. And is our goal beyond just making the Pakistani government and the Pakistani military leadership happy with us, or do we have a strategic objective along the lines outlined by Ambassador Holbrooke of one, helping us be successful in Afghanistan, two, helping Pakistan resist more effectively the internal insurgency that it faces, and providing the means and the equipment to accomplish both of those goals. Is that the purpose of this security assistance, or is it a more general walking around money to build a good relationship with the government?
We want them to be more effective in prosecuting our mutual objectives.
All right.
I would add one more, ending dual policies that also cause instability in Pakistan itself. Dual policies towards terrorists, which actually lead to instability within Pakistan.
Incentivizing the rejection of what some people refer to as appeasement agreements with these forces that end up only holding for a short period of time and then come back to haunt them. All right, now we have, so if that's the goal, and now we have to sell the United States Congress on authorizing and appropriating a significant amount of security assistance in the wake of 8 or 9 years of providing a lot of assistance for which we didn't have benchmarks, we didn't have metrics, we didn't have accountability, we didn't have monitoring, and I think one of you mentioned the coalition support funds, which was a wonderful story of money going somewhere for something that no one can tell me what it was for. Why is it such a, in the right way, why doesn't it make some sense for, let me back up a second. We have heard Ambassador Holbrooke talked a little bit about it. The Pakistan military and probably their political leadership sees a well-armed opponent, enemy, rival across the border on the east. There have been a series of clashes, and for them, for a very long time, that has been the dominant political threat or opponent. If our goal is strengthening their ability to fight the insurgency and dealing with those people who would do us harm in Afghanistan and those organizations that would try and hit us here, what is wrong with trying to ensure that the money we're giving, that American taxpayers are giving, isn't for those purposes rather than the purposes that Pakistan might have historically used the money for?
It's absolutely the right goal. The point of, I think, some of the criticism of the way in which that goal is being achieved is that it is perceived by those actors, and in this case it is the Pakistani military leadership, as something that is deeply difficult for them politically to accept in the Pakistani political context. So our goal is to enhance the capacity and the will.
Because and does that mean that you are sure they share our goal, want the money for the same goal that we have, or that they're deeply offended because it somehow constrains them for doing some of the things they might otherwise want to do?
Well, I think we are playing into a political debate within Pakistan, which has different actors, some of whom are more inclined to do the things that we want, and some of whom are not. And our goal should be to support those actors who are inclined to do what we want and give them a confidence that we will be with them over a long haul. Now, we cannot be sure that they'll win the debate inside of Pakistan. And it's so empowering them that we achieve our success. our statements publicly of suggesting sanctions and the implication of not doing, if they don't do what we want, that we will pull the money away, basically undercuts those potential partners. It doesn't mean that that's not what we want them to do. It's simply that's not probably the best mechanism for getting them to do it. And that is not, I should say, an implication that we should just simply be shoveling more money at them, but that doing it through legislation is probably not the most effective way to achieve our goal.
So, first of all, the failure to appropriate additional funds for security assistance is not a sanction. There's no doubt that some of our policies, that amendment, the Pressler Amendment, things like this, constrained our flexibility too much. But I don't think our bill should be viewed as sanctions for not doing something. It's sort of trying to set up some process for continuing to do a much greater effort than we have been doing. Let's assume we persist with this effort and somehow manage to get it through, and in the end of the day, it becomes law, and the appropriators go along with it. What's the Pakistani reaction going to be?
Well, I would just point out that, part of the bill is, authorizing $1.5 billion in economic assistance without condition.
Right.
And I think that shows very strongly a long-term commitment and wanting to partner with Pakistan. So I think we just need to keep that in mind. And hopefully that would be, what Pakistanis would focus on. I think that, the idea of conditioning, while I acknowledged in my remarks that we need to do it in a way that we do acknowledge Pakistani security concerns. We don't want to come across as not taking seriously their concerns. That's part of a partnership, understanding what are your core security concerns. But they need to understand our core security concerns, which is stabilizing, securing Afghanistan. And so we need to sort of remove the emotion here and look at what we're trying to achieve. And I think in terms of the Pakistani reaction, I think the majority of Pakistanis would relish seeing more transparency in our aid, the way we provide aid. I mean, you had many Pakistanis wondering, where did all that security assistance go? They were wondering, just like a lot of Americans were. So I think it actually helps to provide a more even keel relationship and more transparency in our partnership.
But that's what we're trying to do in this legislation.
Agreed.
Yes.